What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're having a look at my man versus Kaido in some Pipe Rumble action. Really excited to jump into this video today. I personally don't use int teams that much in Rumble, and I know they are good, it's just, personally, I don't know, there's something about them that I just don't like using these teams. I can't put a finger on it. I just don't like using these teams at all that much. Maybe it's because these teams typically don't have a lot of CT increase, and I do prefer teams that are able to launch specials relatively quickly. This is not a team that launches their specials quick. But let's talk about Kaido before we jump into, you know, the full team breakdown. But Kaido himself is going to give int allies 6 HP, 6 attack, and he also is able to revive once to 50%, which is a pretty powerful effect. With a Rumble special that does a large horizontal range 4 times damage, and then if there is 50 seconds or less remaining, he then also cuts their health by 50% in that same range. So it is interesting. 36 CT is very, very long. Unfortunately, even if you are in that bottom half of the match where there's 50 seconds or less remaining, he does the health cut after he does damage, which really hurts. If he did the health cut first, oh man, this guy would be an absolute beast. But this guy does synergize well with a lot of other relatively good characters. We've got Uta, we have Moria, and then, you know, Eustace Kid is also a really good addition to the team. And then the Doflamingo slot, I was like chopping and changing between what I wanted to do. I tried just running the 4 legends and then running a bunch of Rumble Rare recruits. It didn't really gel that well, and I felt like Doflamingo giving us a bit of additional bulk, especially early, might actually help us out in the long run. Because after we launch a couple of specials, like, it's just, we do so much damage. You know, Moria half stats, Dofi hits really hard, and I have mine at level 150, so it makes a big difference. And then obviously Uta and Kaido, they do crazy amounts of damage. So the idea is, hopefully we can tank the first round of hits from the opposing side, and then we hit back twice as hard, knock them out, and we just win. That's the idea of the team. Hopefully it works out. So I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and find an opponent. This is a really intriguing team. I feel like we're definitely at a little bit of a disadvantage here because, you know, Doflamingo, when it gets to late game, is going to be an absolute monster. As well as Sober Mask, he's also a bit of an issue. And, you know, whenever we get to the point in time where we can knock something out, Luffy's Rumble ability will revive one of his deck's teammates. So we actually need to output some serious damage to actually put a dent in this team. And with 20 defense to start them off on Luffy, I'm kind of afraid. I really don't know how this game is going to go. We can have a look at our stats here. 29 HP, 12 defense. So in terms of bulk, we're pretty good. Doflamingo will reduce our defense a little bit after the first 30 seconds, which is a bit unfortunate. It would be nice if that defense was able to stick around for a little bit. Defense down from Lucci and damage is actually kind of annoying. Cat Viper's already launching a special, which is, man, this is looking pretty rough right now. Here we go with the half stats. Who got inflicted with it? So Dofi and Dog both got hit with it, which is okay, I guess, but Dog actually will not do any damage to us this time around. We're taking a lot of damage really quickly here, and then of course Dog is going to give them some more bulk and some more power. So Dofi's going to come in with some specials. Now we get to do our side of things with our damage, and that was a lot of damage towards Dogstorm there. Here we go with Kid, attack buff, and there's the first revive, and then here we go with Uta. Let's see if we can get a knockout. Let's see it. Whoo, let's go. Cat Viper's out of here, Dogstorm's out of here, and here we go with Kaido. Hopefully we can get a knockout with Kaido. That'd be pretty fun. Let's see it. Wow, he only targeted Lucci. And this is what I was saying in the initial breakdown of Kaido, right? Horizontal damage has a really high chance of just completely whiffing, and that's exactly what we just saw. That is very, very unfortunate for us. Okay, well, at least when Moria comes up, he is going to halve their stats, or let's see who he targets with that. Oh, that was actually really good. We got a couple knockouts, and I think from there, we just straight up win. Doflamingo probably going to get the knockouts? Yes, sir. Hell yeah, dude. Okay. So we're actually able to, you know, apply a lot of pressure towards the enemy there. You know, essentially all of our characters hit really hard, right? The only character that really doesn't hit that hard is Moria, but he does the half stats. He's a utility character for the squad. But then Kid, Dofi, Uta, and Kaido just output so much damage, applying a lot of pressure to the opposing side. That was actually pretty impressive. Okay, so this one looks a little alarming. I mean, obviously, Wano Law, if you're running a driven team, this is typically not a squad you want to go up against. I was contemplating putting in super type Katakuri. His rumble ability gives the opposing side team like a defense down and CT decrease, and that would help us out a lot. So I was contemplating putting him on instead of Dofi. I mean, look at that, level 11 CT down on Dofi just due to the fact that he's also a slasher. That really hurts us. Alright, let's see how this one goes. We should be able to tank a lot of their hits. The only one I'm kind of worried about is Yamato, because obviously Yamato can halve our stats. She hits extremely hard. Defense down, obviously even more down to Dofi because he is a slasher. Oh man, this is going to be really scary. At least when Kin launches, I believe he can actually special bind Psy enemies. So that'll actually be kind of nice to see that proc. Here we go with the Yamato though. Let's see what happens this time around. That was a lot of damage towards Kid, and essentially the whole squad was hit with half stats. Kid is barely staying alive, and he got hit with Action Bind. Nothing is working so far. We do still output pretty good damage because Dofi was luckily able to dodge that half stats. Kid is now knocked out, so we're in with Broggy. Yeah, okay, we're on the back foot immediately. This is not looking good. Rebecca Toy Soldier already launching again. This is not good, man. We need to get some specials launched. Here we go with Kaido. Unfortunately, it's just above 50-second timer, so we don't get the health cut. And because he's still inflicted with half stats, he really doesn't do that much. At least Broggy actually does do decent damage for us. That's kind of clutch. Okay. Dofi's not launching. Here we go with Uta. The half stats is gone for us, which is really good. Good damage, knocking out the Law. Okay. But we really want that Moria to go to halve their stats. Here we go with NL. We should tank that. Yes, okay. Moria, please. Okay. This is not looking good though. I'm so scared, man. I'm so scared. I don't think we're going to win this. Dofi, staying alive. We need Dofi to launch a special. He should be able to launch a special. More defense down. We have essentially no defense right now. This is so scary. 30 seconds remaining. Dofi, come on. Okay, knocked out 2 of them. But they've got a whole bench to come in, and then you're going to knock out 2 of them. Okay, oh, Kaido revived. Oh my god, that was actually clutch. So he does revive, but even though he revives, he is still inflicted with half stats. That is a little annoying, to be honest. And do we get hit with it? Okay, no action bind. Oh my god, please, just get a special, please. Moria's gone. Kaido's ready. Dofi's not ready yet. Come on, we need a special, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. He literally carried the whole field. Man. It do be like that sometimes. Okay, so, you know, we probably shouldn't have taken on the side team with Wano Law. If Wano Law wasn't on the team, I feel like we probably would have had a better chance. Like, no doubt. No doubt we would have probably applied a little bit more pressure, been able to launch a little bit more specials. So there you go. Probably not a good idea to challenge that team. And look, they didn't even have Psy Odin either. That would have been pretty alarming to try and challenge against. But either way, we know where we stand. Okay, let's see how we go against a quick team. And, I mean, to be honest, versing a quick team isn't, like, the most ideal scenario either, because so many teams can take a quick team, right? Even, like, a side team with Wano Law can win pretty comfortably due to the fact that a lot of the quick enemies that you'll come up against are going to be either Driven or Powerhouse, so that gives you a pretty big advantage. And, obviously, the Dex team is insanely broken right now, especially with the release of Versus Yamato, which I definitely want to go ahead and showcase in another video. Like, the quick team is pretty easy to take down, and I feel like if we lose this is just automatically, like, do not play this team ever. So let's see how things go this time around. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Magellan launching first for them is actually really good for them. Do they get the haste? They don't get the haste, luckily for us. Kaido still goes to the top anyway. Okay, Doflamingo will get his special to go off. This is actually really good for us. He will do pretty good damage. Yeah, that was actually pretty impressive damage, all things considered. You know, not bad at all. Akainu, health cut. Oh my god, I hate versus Akainu. It's so annoying. And then Senor Pink. I mean, it's not super deep into the game. We should be okay. Okay, did still did pretty decent damage, and Shiryu needs to go as well. Okay, we're just staying alive. That's alright. So Moria half stats, which means that we're going to do more damage against them. However, this is really bad because they're not in a really good range for us. Okay, that's actually really good though. Oh no, and then White Bitch is going to sit at the front. Okay, so we still have a good opportunity to do a pretty good amount of damage. Uta will probably get a couple of knockouts here actually. This is going to be really nice. Here we go with Uta. Yeah, dude. Uta's so strong. And then Kaido will probably get the dub. Oh no, Luffy ran away. Oh no, Luffy just chilling at the back. It's okay, we'll get the dub anyway. Just with some normal attacks, there it is. Okay, yeah, as I was saying, you know, the quick team is very straightforward. There isn't really anything that's super threatening. The only time that it would be threatening is if you're running a strength team against it, which obviously you typically don't want to do. So at the end of things, I think that this is a very interesting character in Pirate Rumble, but as I said at the start of the video, I really don't use int teams that much in Rumble. I'm not a big fan of them. They do feel a little unreliable at times, as you guys would have seen in the initial video today, as we had a look against the side team. Yes, we probably could have structured the team a little bit better, but to be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of these int teams. They do feel a little flimsy. They don't feel completely rock solid when they're going up against squads. So we'll see how things go when we have a look at versus Yamato, which I do feel like is going to be a more impressive showing. I do think that character is insanely busted, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing how we utilize that character. But versus Kaido, an interesting character. It will be kind of interesting if they go ahead and give int or driven a little bit more support. We'll see how things go, especially if like they give driven support that is also int, which I think probably doesn't need any more support because it can get a little out of hand, because Uta already is an insanely busted character in and of herself. And I feel like if you're giving more support to that, then we could get to a pretty cancerous meta in Pirate Rumble. But we'll have to wait and see how things progress in the future. Hopefully you enjoyed the video today. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.